So, as the relationship is still strained, from the outside looking in, it's literally the perfect relationship in the world. You got two young professional people. They already have a huge home. They, have two young children. Meanwhile, I'm feeling like I'm suffering inside. I'm literally going to bed at night, in tears. I know that sounds crazy to hear from a guy, so to speak, but that was literally the situation. But nonetheless, over time after that, I kind of found my voice a little bit and explained to her that I was unhappy with the relationship. And actually what happened was, I remember we were sitting at like a dining room table or something like that, and we were having one of our disagreements on something where it felt like she's just scolding me, and I'm a child. Meanwhile, I'm the husband, in the relationship, feeling like he's being scolded. And then she kind of taunts me and says, so, what do you want to do? Do you want to break up? And then at that moment, I kind of found my voice and really told her the truth and was like, yeah, I'm actually thinking about it. I think it's a possibility. And, she wasn't expecting to hear that, obviously. And, but at that moment is where I sort of, found my voice in all of this. And I was like, yeah, I think that, I think we might need to separate or to break up. But, keep in mind, during this whole time, for about maybe a year, I'm, going to bed with all these thoughts. There's a breakdown of communication. I can't communicate with her because everything turns into an argument. So I'm already, in that mode where I'm entertaining this idea of divorce and separation. But how could I get divorced when I have two young, beautiful children that I love with all my heart, and I'm a committed father in the home every single day? I work from home because it's a small consulting computer business, so I'm with them every day, and I knew deep down that, unfortunately, she would be the type to really make things difficult for me if we've ever separated. So I was really conflicted about that. But nonetheless, to speed this up a little bit, and remember, I'll go back into detail with different chapters, because this literally could be a movie. You have no idea how this, played out for me just yet. But yeah, so I let her know that I was unhappy, and I think I do want to break up. Everything hits the fan. She's screaming, yelling, provoking me, trying to feign as if she's gonna hit me and get violent, all the things that you could imagine like a crazy person would do when they hear information they don't want to hear. That's not my personality at all. But so at that point, I'm skipping a few things, nothing important, but we continue our discussions into the wee hours of the morning. She's trying to berate me for thinking about possibly leaving her, and how could I abandon the family. This is where it starts getting into the stuff that I really didn't like, where it started turning into her creating a narrative of, it's not potentially us separating, it's somehow me abandoning the family. She started putting this sincere guilt trip into the atmosphere of, it's impossible for a father to break up with a wife who has children, because by nature of him doing that, he's automatically abandoning the family. I know it sounds crazy and ridiculous, but this is the type of stuff that I went through, and I'll continue this shortly.